Hey everybody, Chris Cortese, Seymour Duncan Television here. I am with Doug Pinnick from King's X. Doug, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Good, man.
Tired from walking for the last 3 days, but
Tell me about it. I get lost every time I go to the bathroom. It takes me like 4 hours to get back to the booth.
yeah, me too. And I'm dyslexic because I'm always going the wrong way.
I know. Well, we're here. We're talking about Seymour Duncan. You're a longtime Seymour Duncan supporter. We're talking to all of our friends here. What's your first Seymour Duncan experience so you can recall?
Well, actually, when guitar player I was playing with way back in the 70s, we used to be stock pickups in all the guitars, and all of a sudden everybody started putting Seymour Duncans in. So he put his in there, and I remember it was so powerful and it sounded so awesome. And then years later, when I started playing bass and started going through pickups and stuff, I came across Seymour Duncan through Seymour, actually. And the pickup my favorite pickup has the 3 switches that they don't make anymore. And it's crucial to my tone. And I'm still on them about making me some. But that's what started it all. And I've been using those pickups for the last 25 years. I think they're the best pickups in the world. And I will support them till I die, probably. Because I mean, and getting to know Frank and Evan, and meeting Seymour, it's like, what do you do, And Frank, he's so knowledgeable about pickups too. He's so anal about them, and I've learned so much about him from talking to him that I'm so impressed that I'll always work with him, and I love him to death.
What is it in a Duncan pickup that's really the quintessential part that's the deal breaker for your tone?
The warmth. Every time I use any other bass pickups, the high end is a little brittle and not warm. And every time I put a Duncan in, it smooths everything out. Still bright, still everything's great, but you don't have that transistory like fake sound. And I know a lot of bass players like real high stuff because when they pop and slap, they need that really bright stuff. But for my tone, I like more of a growl. And so, and Seymour Duncan, I bet they do. Seymour Duncan does have pickups that have that brightness to them, but my favorite is more of a rounder tone. Very crucial to my tone, actually.
Well, we know.
Another thing too is they're the most powerful bass pickups I've ever used. They distort everything. That's what I love about them.
Over the last 35 years has really made Seymour the man become this entity in itself.
Well, the only thing I can say is the pickups are the best. People buy what they like, and then they tell their friends. And that's what's happening. Everywhere I look, everybody's got Seymour Duncans. It's the standard. Okay. It's like Fender and Gibson, right. and what was it, Marshall, right. And Seymour Duncan. It's all in the same category, the legendary thing and I think forever people will always look to Seymour Duncan for pickups, because another thing too is they make the vintage pickups like the vintage pickups, and we all know about the machine that they have, that actually is. Oh, I'm not supposed to say.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Because Seymour Duncan has the actual winding machine that made pickups for the early Gibsons that everybody loves that tone. So they've got the machine. So when they wind this shit up, it is vintage, and that's the other thing. They're so true.
Yeah.
And I love the pickups that you plug in and out in 1 minute. That's genius. Why didn't anybody come up with that a long time ago?
Well, it's resting in the brain of the man himself.
Yes.
If you could, as we're celebrating 35 years, if you could say one thing to Seymour Duncan himself right now, what would you want him to know from you?
Seymour Duncan, I am so thankful that the gods in heaven created you so that you can give us Seymour Duncan pickups. You're a wonderful man and a funny person. I love you.